and then due to Peter Parker's own negligence, obviously failed, and that gave Peter Parker incentive to do Spider-Man. You know the origin story. So, in terms of execution and casting and writing, I believe Raimi's trilogy is far superior than Mark Webb's, and I can't put Mark Webb at fault because he barely had any control or any leeway, lenience, or he didn't have any indulgence to do anything because he was under the command of greed Sony and Sony execs that pretty much controlled omnipresence of the Spider-Man TASM films. And that sort of permeated from Spider-Man 3 all the way to TASM 1 and then TASM 2, which was pretty much the same abysmal failure that was Spider-Man 3 that was seen before. So, can't really blame Mark Webb, but in terms of directing, filmography, cinematography, casting, its actors, its narratives, I just believe that Sam Raimi has a better grasp of the characters and better understanding on how to execute these characters and how to please the fans better than TASM in the TASM trilogy by Sony. I'm going to call it led by Sony because pretty much TASM was led by Sony, not by Mark Webb. And even James Horner, musicianal composer for The Amazing Spider-Man, has gone out to say, well, I know, rest his soul now, he passed away, but he's gone out to say at the press that, yes, Sony is very controlling, and at the end they always put their foot down. And they will tell you what's what. They don't care what screenplay you wrote. And I feel like that's a huge problem because not only the writers don't have any leeway, because now the fucking Sony execs can change the script to whatever they please. And that kind of really sucks. So that's another gripe, and just something that's inherently loathsome and abhorrent of Sony to do. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Now I'm going to get into Ultimate Spider-Man and why I absolutely despise that show. I loathe the show because they play it off as they go in there with the intention of making it strictly for 3-year-olds who don't have a large attention span for any sort of concentrated and intelligent plot that can be fleshed out. Any sort of competent plot or decent plot that has a structure, no, that's not going to work because the 3-year-olds don't have an attention span for that. I mean, it's not like Spectacular Spider-Man was successful. I mean, look at that show. Remember what happened? 2 seasons and it flopped? Or that it did end. But there's been a consistency with animated shows being canceled. The good ones, the competent ones that the majority of unanimously everybody likes, they drop those shows, and yet they continue to progress shitty animated shows. Like they even have the new Teen Titans Go, and now Ultimate Spider-Man, and a plethora of others that I'm not going to get into. The main gripe of the show that makes me just roll my eyes out of displeasure is that this show has too many cutaways from its plot. Not only does it focus on that, it also focusing on fleshing out characters that nobody gives a fuck about, like Luke Cage, White Tiger, some other supporting characters like Iron Fist. They're kind of forming their own team, and let's get this straight. In no way possible is Ultimate Spider-Man a cartoon adaptation off of Bendis' Ultimate Spider-Man. They are no way synonymous at all. They are completely different. 100% you can distinguish between the two. So let's get that out of the way. So I stopped watching Ultimate Spider-Man around after season 1 because I just couldn't. I just couldn't anymore. It was so exasperating to see a Spider-Man cartoon that is still played out to this day for seasons to come, and then past Spider-Man rendition cartoons are canceled now, like Spectacular, and I think Spectacular is really the only one, and but Ultimate Spider-Man is by far a despicable Spider-Man show, and it's a complete perversion from the source material, and doesn't even carry a sense of novelty with it. So yeah, that's gonna be my tangent for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll do more tangents in the future. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the Raimi trilogy, Mark Webb trilogy, your likes, your dislikes. This is all really subjective, but from a Spider-Man enthusiast, I'm giving you guys my opinion and my convictions on certain things. So, peace out, guys. I will see you guys next time.